Apocalypse.
What is up, guys and gals? Space Unicorn here, bringing you some hot frag action. So today, before we get started, I want you to do me a huge favor. I need you to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Links will be in the down there. I really do appreciate all your guys' support. That being said, we're going to be giving one tip for every character in frag. This is going to be a multi-part series, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, let's take off, shall we? First character we're going to be using is Longshot. Tricks with Longshot, well, it's pretty simple. High ground. High ground is your friend. He is a sniper, and that's making the high ground the superior position. You gotta sit there, you gotta hit them shots, because right now with the current meta being so AI heavy, and with the sniping abilities being what they are, I am not the best Longshot user. I can play him, it just depends on the day, but Longshot can dish out that damage from a good position if you hit your shots. He is a hit scan sniper, one of the only ones in the game, and that being said, use that to your advantage. 68 to the body, 100 and something to the head at level 9, or yeah, 100 and something to the head at level 9, I can't remember what it is, but you kind of get what I'm saying with the Longshot. Remember with Longshot, play the high ground, play your channels, and you will find your use of this character to be much more valuable. So let's move on to the next character on our list, that being Frosty Man. Dr. Frost is amazing. First trick, the only trick you really need to know with Frost is, while his range is limited, his ultimate is limitless range, and it does a crap ton of damage. So remember to use that ult, and you use it at any range, and if you get really good at it, you may be able to even snipe somebody across the map. It takes some time to learn, but Frosty Boy really is able to do that with his ultimate ability. So remember that, limitless range on the ult. Next up, we have Rick Rock. Tricks with Rick Rock is, I'm going to tell you how to use his ultimate ability, because it is very, very, very tricky to get good at. His ultimate ability is very good if you hit it, but people can't figure out the range on it. Now, right now, there is a bug with it with desync, so the way I like to put it is this. Picture a little circle around yourself, about three Rick Rocks in diameter, and that is your effective range. So 2 on each side. As you can see, out of range there, but we're going to get him over here. I'll show you what I mean. We got 12 seconds till it recharges. Let's just wait for that to recharge. We're going to go hit this ult. Now you're going to see, remember, 3 Rick Rocks on each side is the effective range of the splash, and they have to be in direct line of sight in order to get hit by it. So, boom, just hit them all. Next up, we have Slimer. Tricks with Slimer, you have to understand his fire. His fire mechanic is an arc shot that slows down other players. So what you want to do with this character, he has splash damage, he has limitless range, and if you can learn to control it, can really dish it out. If this guy had a regular clip instead of 1 round burst and reload, he could be extremely good. So remember, guys, limitless range and splash damage. So all you got to be is close. Next up on our list, we have Jet. Jet is one of my favorite cards, and I'm going to tell you the little basic trick, and it is the double jump. The double jump on Jet allows her to outmaneuver almost every card in the game if used correctly, but takes some time to master and does not work on all maps. I will show you here. We're going to do a little bit of a lower one. As you can see, we are gliding, and we are just flying longer than we should. With Jet, this allows me to outposition even the smart AI in the game. Next up, we have Big Pacu. There's 2 things that I want to talk about Big Pacu. Big Pacu, number 1, splash damage. So angles are your elevation changes are your friend. You do not want to be shooting uphill. You want to be shooting downhill whenever possible, or have somebody coming down to you, because this guy can dish it out. 115 to the body, 71 splash damage minimum. With the characters having as much health as they do right now, man, you can't. This is a card you need to understand. And then the ult, by the way, just a little bit of reference sake for the ult. If you hit your rockets, every one of them, it is 420 damage. Now, most people aren't going to hit, but as you said, remember, aim low, ridiculous splash damage. And, oh, by the way, Pacu jump. Unfortunately, I'm going to hit this bridge. I just did, as you guys just saw. But if you ult the ground, you can Pacu jump in the air to get elevation changes in order to work that high ground momentum that this card needs. Boom! Next on the list, we have Jackpadre. Tricks with Jackpadre. There's a couple of things you can do here. This character has a relatively small hitbox, and these little walls right here, these little ones I'm standing right there in front of, are your friend. You can peek shot just about any character in the game, and if they're at the right range, The amount of damage you do is sickening. He is capable at level 12 of doing 205 damage on a perfect shot. So keep that in mind. Anytime you learn Jackpadre, remember to play your angles like this. Next on the list we have JB's Secret Agent Man. Most people don't realize that the mine spam is real with this card. He has limitless mine ability and really good damage on a headshot. So what I want to tell you to do is spam those mines, close range, long range, put them in channels where cards are at chokes, and you're going to find this card being very effective. Don't sleep on him because he can really dish it out whenever you need it most with these cards having super HP. So JB, mine spamming it up. Remember, limitless mines. It used to be 3, but I think it's broken now. Alright, Bot Mama just got a pretty substantial buff because now her AI robots are level the same as the card. So what that means, guys, anytime you get a chance to play a card with Bot Mama, do it. It's just that simple. Place this card and then get to work and learn the firing mechanics. She fires a burst, 2-round burst with a very tight pattern, and if you can learn to hit the head consistently, it's going to be roughly 38 damage, 44 damage to the head, which that's pretty good. She has a very large clip, but those bots are your #1 ally with this particular card. Next we have Frisbee. Frisbee, with her mechanics being the way they are, the tricks you're going to want to know how to do with her is you're going to want to learn the firing mechanic. The trick with Frisbee, anytime you are trying to shoot, you see how you have your center dot and you see how you have your bottom line of the circle, aim right in the middle and you will hit your target more consistently than actually using the center of the circle. Also, the ridiculous speed ability of Frisbee puts her in a position with the new AI to where she can outmaneuver them and become a pest. Amelia. So there's things you need to understand with this card. This card is a pseudo sniper, as I call it. She has a lot of range. But the thing you really want to get master with this card is the grapple hook. If you can use the grapple hook to maximum efficiency, this card can really cause chaos on the offensive and defensive side of the field. You can grapple onto anything. You can grapple onto buildings, the ground, and even your enemy teammates. Most people don't know that. It is tricky to do, but it can be done. So take some time messing around with this character, and you can really find some pretty big value out of this card. Next up we have Polka Hunter. Polka Hunter. So the thing that we're going to teach you with the Polka is the ultimate ability as well. Most people don't realize that the ultimate ability is actually staggered. So what that means is all 3 arrows do not get launched at the same time. So you have to continue to track the card whenever you shoot. So in this case, I didn't track, only 1 arrow hit. But if you can hit that shot and then hit the ult, most cards die. This card is sneakily coming into discussion with the current meta being what it is, because he can dish it out. 156 damage a shot, and that's without the burn off effect of his mine. The tricks with Genghis, guys, is the projectile. The projectile is another arc. It's a low arc, kind of similar to Scout and Nutty, but you have to take the time to learn how to use this, and once you do, you can really dish out ridiculous amounts of damage. There's just really no coping with 156 per shot. Next up we have Volcano. This is another card, guys, that people really struggle with the mechanics of the ult and the primary fire. It's an arc shot, almost identical to Genghis, slightly faster projectile, but with the meta being what it is right now, the amount of damage this card's dishing out is disgusting. It has 12 clips, 96 on direct impact, and then burns off for an additional 30. So let that sink in. 12 clips, 96 plus 30, that is 126 per shot if you hit your shot. 126, and that's on a 12 bullet clip, so that is well over 1,000 damage in one clip. So with this card, whenever you aim, remember to aim high. You want to use, see how I'm aiming right here, between the dot and the bottom line of the outer circle. Cyber Girl. This is something you're going to want to learn. So she recently got a buff. Well, it really wasn't that recently, but she got a buff to where her ultimate ability triggers much faster, and with the AI being so chase happy, you can use this to your advantage. By going over to the enemy side of the field, you can attack the towers and then quickly teleport out to avoid taking damage and causing the AI to stutter. This is something I've been messing around with, and it's definitely something you guys want to look into. If you hit the ult whenever the AI is chasing you, the AI gets lost and stands completely still for a little bit. It's that simple. Next on the list, we have Mecha Knight. The tricks with Mecha Knight are very, very simple. Play the wall. The wall is your best friend, and with this card being able to dish it out at 156 damage to a headshot, 113 to the body, this card is capable of putting loads of damage downfield, especially with 8 bullets a clip. That's over 1,000 damage and almost a 700 health point health pool to mess around with as well. Don't sleep on Mecha Knight, guys. So with that being said, guys, these are my tips for our first few characters in Frag Pro Shooter. A lot of them are very simple, I know, but they are things that people tend to forget about, thus making them incredibly valuable to reinstate. And like I said, hope you enjoyed. There will be multiple parts to this series. Have a fantastic night and stay safe. I will see you legends next time. Bye-bye.
Base is under attack.